With me fighting April 2nd out east. A lot of money on the line, a lot on the line with this. Emmanuel El Matador Sanchez. How are you doing, Manny?
Excellent, man. Ready to rock and roll here in my academy, getting in the work. Last little bit of work of this week before it's next week on Showtime.
I was going to say, man, you're a week and a half away. When do you go out east for this?
Sunday.
Sunday. Okay. All right. So you're getting your last couple days at Roufusport. I like to see that. Dude, I wish this week would just blow by. I wish it was next Friday already. I want to see this fight so bad. The matchup is going to be incredible. Pitbull, who you've obviously fought before. It was what? Let's see. What are we going back to? The last fight.
November of 2018.
November 2018. God, that seems forever ago, doesn't it?
A little bit, yeah, but it's been a long time coming. I knew I would get that one back, and now look what's on the line, man. We're in a much better position now, and I'm blessed, and I'm grateful. It obviously wasn't meant to be in November in 2018 in Israel, and now here we are. You can't write a better story.
How much more prepared are you right now than 2018 as far as your training and the variances of your training?
Very. I've learned so much, man. He taught me such a valuable lesson that first time around. Such a great fighter, so much experience, and everything that he's accomplished after we have fought as well, too. Going out to be the lightweight champ as well, too, in stopping Michael Chandler and defending his title in the first round of the Grand Prix, and recently over Pedro Carvalho. So I've had the pleasure of seeing him fight live, all three of those fights. I've been in attendance, and I still see the holes and gaps in which I know I can capitalize on from the first time from when I fought him. And this time, not only going to expose him, but do my best to get the stoppage.
You mentioned that Pedro Carvalho fight. That was a one-rounder for him, and it was two rights to the head, and he hit it. Pedro's a little taller than you, but, you know, and people always talk about height and reach and things, but, man, for that, it didn't matter with Pitbull. I mean, he had him early and quick. Looking at your height and your reach, do you kind of look beyond that? Do you just because of so many, the ground and pound you have, the boxing is so solid for you. Your quickness and your endurance is bananas.
Second to none. Yeah.
It's serious. So for people that don't know, it's the little things about your fighting that I absolutely love, and it's things that a camera watching on pay-per-view you might not see. That I don't think you ever sit down in the corner, do you? You never actually take a seat.
No, unless my coaches tell me. But even then, I'm like, nah, just give me the stool, coach. Just put my foot upon it and give me the water and let's breathe. Tell me what I need to do. That's about it.
Like I said, camera won't stick on that necessarily. But if I'm across the octagon from you, that would terrify the shit out of me. Like, this guy's not stopping. He's not even tired, and you're just like catching it. I do 5 minutes of anything, and I'm going to sit down. You're standing up, and I mean, you're doing that. Are you doing that just because you're just not tired? You don't want to waste it? You don't want to stop the flow and the mode of it?
Yeah, that, and also, yeah, I do feel like it gives, now that you mention it, the edge over my opponents when they see me across the ring. Yeah. And I'm looking right at them, and I'm just with my foot up on the stool, just all like, I'm just getting warmed up. Like, here we go. Like, this is what we're here for this way, or what we do this for. So I just energizer, buddy, man. I just can't stop.
Well, and not to reinforce the nickname, but I mean, that is Matador style. Like, you were the one standing up, you are there, and the bull is looking across you going, huffing, and with his horns out, and you're just like, let's run, let's go, this is it.
Absolutely. Yeah, the bull is stronger, but the Matador is smarter.
I love it. I love it, man. This is obviously going to be a hell of a week of training. Talk a little bit about your introduction with Roufusport. I know prior to fighting, you've been professionally fighting for 10 years now, but prior to fighting, you were working your ass off, you were traveling all over the place, and now I think you're just a couple blocks from the gym, right?
Yeah, I live right behind the gym, so I have the luxury of just get to walk right to the gym every day.
Yeah.
And so I'm here more than I'm at home, so this is like my home. I've invested a lot of time, energy, finances, and everything. Like my future, my vision has all been wanting to have something like this. Now I'm so blessed and so grateful to have it all here under one roof with a great team, a team full of killers, guys as well too, looking to make the same things happen for their careers and their lives, turning their dreams into reality. And I'm at the right place, man. Before, not that I was rogue, but I had to do it all on my own. I had no like coaches, no management. So I had to get my own fights. I had to take myself to my own fights, and I had to figure it all out on my own. And here, I have it all under one roof. And you can't ask for anything more. All that I have is all that I need. And look how well I've succeeded with that.
Seriously, yeah. And to your point, man, you got Scott Cushman, Coach Cush, and Duke Roufus in your corner. Locally, people know who that is. Nationally, worldwide, people know those two names. Those two dudes in your corner have got to be, like you said, coming from nobody to getting those two guys in your corner is as night and day as you can possibly get, knowing what those two guys have done with other fighters and just with Roufusport. It's got to be amazing and daily something that you look at and go, I don't know if I'm here without these two.
Yeah, that's true, man. I wouldn't be where I'm at if it wasn't for my coaches. Not just my skill wise as a martial artist and what I've learned, what I have grown to know, and the knowledge I've been able to share with others as well too. A job, because I teach here. I'm the kids coach here at Roufusport Mixed Martial Arts Academy. Every now and then I'll teach adults as well too, but I'm the head kids coach. So that's a pleasure and an honor for me, and I'm happy to do so. And I just love being here, man. And I wouldn't have any of it if it wasn't for Duke.
And speaking of which, like you end a lot of your fights when you win, and you're like, first thing you say is about the kids that you coach, which I absolutely love.
Yeah, now I want to. Before I don't know why. I just feel like I had so many people to thank, and just all this other stuff that was going on in my mind. I guess everybody wants a shout out, so it's just like, man, let me enjoy my victory here. Come on, guys. But now, seeing as during this global pandemic and everything with the way the world has been going and just how things have been handled, I'm in a much bigger position now. And now it's much more than just for myself. Now it's for the kids. And seeing as that these kids need someone to look up to, someone to help push them. And I push them, but they push me. I tell them that all the time. They motivate and they inspire me to want to work harder, to do better. And whatever it is that we want in this life, we got to work hard work, dedication. And we just got to give it all we got. It's not easy. We can never give up. We just always got to do our best. If we want to be the best musician, the best artist, if you want to be an MMA fighter, if you want to just do jiu-jitsu, wrestling, basketball, baseball, teach so many different, kids and all the different kinds of backgrounds and all the different kinds of dreams and aspirations they have, right? I encourage them to use their imagination. So whatever it is that they're dreaming in their mind that they want to do with their lives, I push them and I help them to believe in their dreams.
That's incredible, man, because, having the patience to teach is so much more difficult than just having the skill that you can execute. You know what I mean? If you can do something, sometimes it's impossible to tell somebody, go do that. But telling somebody to go, I mean, again, I'm coming from a family of teachers. I'm the only one in my family not to be a teacher. So decades of people, telling somebody what to do and go in the right direction is so hard than just going, listen, I was born with this and I go out and, I go out there and fight and I do well. It's so much harder to teach, man. So I not only look forward to all your fights in the future, but it's like, I know you're going to be in a corner years from now looking at the next you, some kid that's going to try to take the Matador nickname. You go, whoa.
And
hold on.
I tell them, I was like, nah, you're not the next me. A lot of people want to be like me. I tell them, no, you're going to be better.
That's what perfect. Yeah. Bellator MMA 255 happening a week from this Friday out east. If you go to Bellator.com right now, you can get a 30-day free trial to Showtime, so you can see it for free, which is first time it's ever been on Showtime, which I love, man. I love seeing that on there. One thing, going back to something else nobody else does, fight-wise, what you do besides not sitting down between rounds, you come out with a jump kick, usually almost, you come out of the gate, and I think, again, that's going to scare the hell out of people, which I love. I like that you do that pretty consistently. And is that just sort of a kind of a statistics thing where you go, man, I do this every time, and 1 out of 10 times it works. You catch a guy right, it's happened before in other people. Is that it? Or is that just, again, setting the tone and kind of setting a message?
Both setting the tone and setting the message. It does help me to just right away, like, bang, bell rings, let's go. As opposed to before, sometimes you wait and, all right, let's feel each other out, or let's see, you never know what kind of energy they're bringing, etc. Me, right off the bat, like getting started like that, it just tunnel vision right away. So it makes the adrenaline kick in for me, like right away. So I don't. It's like right after that, I don't feel anything. So that's good. It's just almost that straight muscle memory autopilot where I'm hungry and I'm ready to fight. It's time to fight. Let's rock and roll. And yeah, it throws opponents off. And as far as entertainment goes, it's like Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee, just coming out with a flying sidekick or something. You know what I mean? Yeah. Getting the party started.
Like you say, like when you're feeling each other out, and when there was a crowd, this has been such a weird year. Like when there's a crowd, you get booed in the first 20 seconds if nobody's throwing anything.
Right.
Now, that being said, the other weird part is looking back at last November when you fought. It's, as a fan, it is so weird to watch a match and hear nothing except the corners. And like it's like a library in there, man. It's quiet as hell. Is it different? Is it a different feel fight wise, not having a crowd versus even having? Are they full capacity for April?
No, we're still no fans.
Okay.
I know they're working on something right within the states commissions. Yeah. Things are changing now. Things are picking back up. I don't know. The world is still I want to say in chaos, but. I think we still need to be careful. So they're taking their necessary precautions, right, to make sure the fighters are safe, the faculty is safe, everybody is safe. Make sure we can still do this safely and intelligently. And being with no fans, it's different. It's weird. I miss the fans, but also I enjoy it. It's fun because I like to hear every strike. I like to feel every strike when I see my opponent just wither away, when I punch them, when I kick them, and I can hear everything. I hear their corners very well too. So when they're calling for the right hand or for the takedown, or when they're calling, hey, he's moving to his left and this and that, I'm like, thanks for that. I'm like, and I give them a little wink. I'm like, thanks, coach, for telling, like, seeing like their fighter had an opening over me. So I used that against them. And I believe my fight IQ is at an all-time high. Right now with no fans, it makes it that much easier because a lot of people fight better with fans. They do. They like to hear the crowd and whoos and ahs and the roars and everything. And either way, I hear the oohs and ahs and the roars, and I love it. And afterwards, you see how many people are in attendance. Or now that there's no people in attendance, it's either way. We show up, we make weight, we fight, we win, we go home.
Yeah.
That's, I mean, that's it. There's not much more else to it. A lot of people think that there's a little more glamorous things that go along with fighting. And it's nice to be recognized by the fans and then you entertain them and everything that went on. But it still, I think, should make fighters realize that's what we're here for, right? We're there to show up, make weight, fight, win, collect our paychecks. Let's go home, on to the next one.
It's funny you mentioned before during Bellator 252. You could hear it's Weichsel's corner saying push back and go right, and like you could hear it. You could hear watching the video. You're like, dude, that was clear as day. He's just sending him a message, and I mean at that point he was getting tired too. So I mean that's even better. For your game, like you have an endurance game where you looked like you could do 3 more rounds in that fifth against him, man. Like and bringing that next week out east is going to be, I think, the biggest thing because I mean, I'm sure. Does Pitbull train with his brother, or do you know who he trains with?
I know he's got Henry Cejudo in his camp. Borachiña, his coach, manager is also. They all have a camp together.
Okay.
I think he's done camps in Arizona and obviously his home gym in Brazil. So I'm not exactly sure where he's at now. I went back and forth or whatever he did, but I know he's got nobody like me. That's for sure. No matter if he goes to Arizona or Brazil, he ain't got nobody like me. And I know the advantage I have over any of these guys in the Grand Prix, whoever I would have faced. There's nobody out there like me, man. And that's what makes us all unique. Right? There's nobody like my teammate Rafael Stotts over here. You can't stop Stotts, so I know we got all the best in the world here to get in us.
Ain't nobody beating Manny.
Yeah, we go.
You hear me?
That's how we do an interview around here. Yeah.
That's what I want to see. That's why we do it in the gym. Speaking of which, what do you do for endurance training? Like, what is your endurance training? How much of it is natural, and how many hours are we talking?
You still there?
Oh, yeah, we go. Can you hear me? Oh. I think we lost. Oh, wait, there we are. Do a little unmute there, Manny. I think they put you back on mute. There we go. There we go. Sorry about that.
Just a little blip.
That's all right. That's all right. No, I was just talking about training with endurance, because I mean, there's other guys in Bellator that they look winded after 3 or 4, and you, I mean, consistently. I mean, what are we talking here with endurance training?
I'm just nonstop, man. I'm jump roping, I'm swimming, I'm running, I'm shadow boxing. Before training, after training, I just always keep my body moving. And the fact that just flow with the motion of the ocean, right? So the body just always moving, and can't stop. Can't be stopped, won't be stopped. Can't stop, won't stop. That's how I feel. And I just always knew that with that amount of energy and gas tank that I have, I can apply that really well. It's a weapon. And it's a weapon that I know I can utilize over all of the opponents, anyone that I face in the ring.
You've got 4 inches, I think, on Pitbull, which do you think anything of it, or do you think what your game plan has nothing to do with reach or height?
No, I think I'm going to use that a little better now this time, because we've already had a 5-round war. A lot of people say, you ready for war? You ready for war? We already had a war. I'm looking to do something better now. He taught me a very valuable lesson, and now I'm excited to show him and the world what he taught me and to get the victory. And that's what we're onto the victory. So knowing that I do have a very sizable reach advantage and height advantage, and I feel like my fight IQ too, with my style, the way I can use it now, it's much more different than it was before. And I guess it took getting into the ring with him to realize that. A lot of people on paper, it always could seem that, oh, wow, you have this advantage, that advantage, whatever. And it's not until you actually fight the person, and that cage door closes, that you actually realize what you do have, the edge that you do have over your opponent, whether it be in the heat of battle or you got the victory or you didn't. You learn from it. Either way, in any of my wins or my losses, I'm grateful for them all because I've learned from them. And it's only made me a much more cerebral fighter, dangerous fighter, ferocious fighter, wise fighter, and hungry fighter. Hungry for always to get in the finish, and no matter what, get in the victory.
I love seeing it, man. I'm excited for the fight. I saw you fight years ago back at the Rave Eagles Ballroom.
Wow.
NAFC days, man.
What a ways of day.
Yeah, dude. It's like I said, man. It's a beautiful part about one last thing about being in Milwaukee. Like, I mean, Roufusport's always kind of a family feel, but when you go out of town and you mention Milwaukee and Roufusport's people, do people's ears perk up? Or are they kind of like, oh shit, okay? It's become that, right?
Yeah, I it's awesome. I have all the students, the parents. It's like we're MMA's Green Bay Packers, man. So we are.
Yeah, I agree. That's the thing.
We're the Bucks. We're the Brewers. We're the Packers. We're everything here in this household here. So it's good. We're putting it on the map, and I'm happy, man. I'm excited. And even though I wasn't born and raised in Milwaukee, this is like I'm a Milwaukee's adopted son, and I'm representing for everybody in the Milwaukee area: Waukesha, Brookfield, Wauwatosa, West Dallas, Greendale, Greenfield. Like we're all the area codes. Like we're like, because I eat out and I go out to all these places man, and enjoy all these places in beautiful Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Pewaukee, Mukwonago, Oconomowoc, everywhere around us. Yeah, I'm just giving a shout out to everybody because I do all these. I take my dog to all these nature trails around here, or I just go on these nice parks that I get to go out and get lost, fish with guys. Anything with my friends. I'm always just like, let's go out to the wilderness and let's just have a good time. And that's what we do outside of training. So people always ask, what do I do outside of training? I just try to find what's nice around here and around Milwaukee and get lost, get out in the wilderness.
Well, man, I am glad you are part of it, my friend. I really appreciate the time, Manny. Bellator MMA 255 happening next Friday night, 8 p.m. here in Milwaukee on Showtime. You taking on Patricio Pitbull. Best of luck, man. I know you got this. Make us proud. Do what you do. That's all you need to do.
Thank you, my friend. I can't wait to bring the belt back home, and then we do another interview when I got one right here, and then in the final for the next one right here, and then one right here going into the final.
And $1 million flying all over the place.
Yeah, taking care of my family and Roufusport and helping change the world. Praise God.
Love it, brother. Thank you so much for the time, Manny. All the best. Train hard.
Appreciate it, brother. Thank you.
Take care. Later.
Love. Kuna Matata.